Now, the brain is really an interface. It's the interface between soul and body, spirit and matter. So the brain is more like a receiver. It's a lump of fat, but the shape of it, even the overall shape, is significant. It's a resonant structure made of fat, and this resonant structure can hold or resonate with consciousness, the soul. So it's particularly designed to resonate with etheric energy. And you're going to see within the brain shape the golden ratio. You know, the frontal part to the back part. I don't know all the names, but the shape is going to be significant, a resonant structure. And so really what is going on inside the brain is etheric energy is condensing in, and that etheric energy inside the brain is being converted into electrical signals, or it's really being converted into light. First of all, light. And light is condensing into heat, and heat is condensing into electrical signals. There's a condensation process in the ether. It's all the same energy, one energy. It's chi, the ether, the life force. That is the soul spirit. But the soul spirit condenses in further and further into physical energy. And this body now is a machine, a structure that will help this process. So the brain is a particular resonant receiver, an antenna to pick up the etheric energy, consciousness. And within the brain, of course, we have thinking. Energy will move around inside the brain, just like the body. The whole body, energy is moving around inside the body. Energy is coming in, but inside is also doing something. So we have energy coming into the brain, but we think ourselves. You see, I am a soul, a singularity of consciousness. I have got some awareness. It's coming from me, a point. That's the first thing. The second thing, there is more energy outside, more consciousness energy, and that is coming in. So there is me, I am a singularity of consciousness, and then there is the consciousness, the energy itself, and I can get more of this. You see, the brain is about intelligence, but it's not about thinking, it's not about learning, it's about how much consciousness energy can you absorb, resonate into the brain structure. So in actual fact, it's more about letting go, not thinking, allowing the brain to be empty so that energy can come in. It's quite the opposite. You see, I do a lot of brain work. I mean, a lot. My job, our job, we're art restorers. It's very intensive problem solving, tiny little work. And then I think about all these things. I'm working on Entify project. Very deep thinking. But I don't work too hard. You see, when I've got something I'm struggling with, and there is one subject I'm struggling with, and that is quantum grammar. Quantum grammar is a unique language designed for contracts, but it's mathematical, and it's very difficult to understand. And I've been trying for a couple of years. I know what it is, enough to explain about it, but how to write it, I don't know yet. And it's very difficult. So I look at it for a while, and when I can't take any more, I stop. All right, I'll leave it now. But I open my mind. I know the knowledge of quantum grammar is in the consciousness. I just have to let it in. And bit by bit, it just comes. And then next time I look at quantum grammar, I understand a bit more. But I haven't really worked at it too much. I've just opened the brain. Try to absorb more consciousness over a period of time. So if you have problems, questions, you just relax, let it go, And sometimes the answer will just come. An inspiration. See, really, that's all science also, all inventions, they're an inspiration. And then you think about it. Inspiration comes from the energy, the consciousness. But I am the singularity that receives it. And I have to do something, use it, circulate it, think about it. So the brain is a receiver. And the brain connects to the spinal cord. We all know that. But it's more than just the spinal cord, the nerves. It's the bone structure itself. You see, the skull will connect to the spine, but the brain will connect to the nerves and the bone marrow inside the spine. You think of it like this. The spine is all these vertebrae, 33 vertebrae going up, and then you've got the skull. It's like a big vertebra at the top. It's expanded. Inside each vertebra is hollow and there's bone marrow. But in the brain it's hollow and there's the brain. So the whole spine and the brain is one unit. It's one thing. That's the serpent, the snake. That's the kundalini. That's the head of the snake and the body of the snake. That's the dragon. The dragon is a snake, a serpent, but more intelligent. Dragons are very intelligent. They're magical. They can speak. So this is the dragon, the skull, the brain, and the spine. And they must be unified, connected. You see, the whole thing works together. The body is one unit. It's difficult to see this because we've broken it down into separate pieces. But these separate pieces fit together in all different ways. So the brain fits together with the spine. And the spine, of course, fits together with the arms and the legs. So it works like that. But inside the bones, the bone marrow, that's the deepest part of the body. That's where the new blood is created. That goes up to the brain. And inside the brain, it's the same thing. The brain is a lump of fat, like bone marrow. And inside the brain, the skull cavity, the skull is crystal. See the skull? Again, your training is to open the skull. You activate all the bones. Through the spine, open the skull. I squeeze and expand the cranium. So now energy can come into the skull. But the skull, you see, is hard. That's crystal. The skull is hard. You feel the vibration. Inside the skull is the bone marrow, the brain. So inside is hollow. You use the crystal to collect the energy, then condense it inside to the brain, inside down the spine, through the bone marrow. As it goes down through the spine, then it will spread out to the arms and the legs. Again, inside the bones. So the consciousness comes to the brain, but it also comes to all the bones, the bone marrow. You can look at it like this. Bone marrow is also brain matter. It's the brain spread out throughout the whole body, inside the bones. That's the way we can think about it. So consciousness comes in everywhere. Whole body. And the nervous system, of course, is electrical. The nerves travel everywhere. So electricity is travelling through the nerves, but then you've got the lymphatic fluid and the new blood travelling through the lymphatic fluid system. Then you've got blood, of course, travelling through the veins and arteries. All these are tubes carrying fluid. The nerves are tubes carrying fluid. Conductor is a tube carrying the fluid of electricity. And then you have the subtle channels, the meridian lines, the energy lines carrying the etheric energy, the chi, through lines. But the chi, the energy is everywhere. These are just points, focused points of condensation. So the meridian line is a focused point of etheric energy. That's all. But the etheric energy is everywhere. And then you find a blood vessel or a nerve, sometimes a nerve. A nerve is also a pressure point because that is a focal point of electricity, which is a more condensed focal point of etheric energy. It's all just etheric energy condensing. And it all starts in the brain. Pure etheric energy condensing into light. There's light in the brain. Light is moving around in the brain. That's why they have a light bulb. Boom! The light bulb goes off in your head when you have an idea. Etheric energy condenses into light. Boom! You have an inspiration. That condenses into electricity, signals in the brain, you start thinking about it. That goes into your body, now you can move. But if we train, we optimize this. You see, there's more than just this brain. The whole body is a brain. Now you understand the bone marrow is a brain. So I can absorb energy, consciousness anywhere. Straight into the body. I don't need to think about it. Now the body will move. I've created a unified consciousness, etheric energy around me, condensing into the bone marrow, into the brain. The soul controls the body. And really what it means is the center of my consciousness comes to here, the chest, the heart center, the heart chakra. And in shamanism at the back, opposite, is called the assemblage point. So in the spine, at the back of the heart chakra, is the assemblage point, the point where your etheric energy is formed. It's in the bone marrow, in the spine. So it's from the back of my spine here, I open the bones. Now energy flows through the bone structure into the brain. I expand the cranium. Consciousness comes into the bone marrow, into the brain, and it comes in from anywhere, but I unify it in my heart, which is the feelings. So I have a feeling of purpose. Now I don't need to think about it, my body will work with purpose. So this is the training. It's the training to integrate yourself into the heart. And from the heart, you control everything. You control the soul, the spirit, absorbing energy, and you control the body, the earth, real things. I can lift up objects. I'm controlling the external universe through the body, but all controlled from my center, heart center. So this is the highest practice. It's not easy to do. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I talk about. But remember, I'm not saying I'm a master. I just think about this stuff all the time. I can't help it. So I talk about it. And I hope it's useful and interesting to you. And it makes sense to you. So thank you so much for listening. Please do leave me any questions or comments. I've always appreciated. Thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.